Take time of doom, Master.
That's it. Stu has very definitively turned the hourglass. That means the recording has started.
It's begun.
There we go. Welcome back, listeners, to Tales from a 20 Side, a Pathfinder 2nd Edition Let's Play podcast. My name is Dom, and I am your Games Master for this game and for many other games, and I'm joined by our regular cast members of Mr. Stu Jackson.
Hello.
Mr. Neil Kelly.
Hello.
Mr. Darren Mafucci.
Hello.
And Miss Amy Chislett.
Hello.
I thought I'd go back to the old style for just one episode.
Wow,
normal.
we all did our sexiest hellos there as well.
We did. This is the...
That wasn't my sexiest.
Oh, give us your sexiest
As I am
hello.
still fully clothed.
Don't give us your sexiest hello.
Yeah, it is possibly the last recording of this whole day we've had. It's getting dark outside, so we got some mood lighting going. We thought we'd bring the mood down a bit, make it a bit cozy in here.
20 side after dark.
20 side after dark. I mean, technically, all 20 sides are after dark because they release at midnight.
It depends when people listen to them.
That's true. That's a technicality, Stu. It's a technicality. Yeah, welcome back, everyone. How are we all feeling? Feeling good?
Yeah, feeling good.
I'm still feeling quite full.
We have had a lot of carbs today.
Yeah. It's been-
Brownies, anyone? More brownies?
Oh,
I would love another brownie, but I'm not going to have one.
No. Oh, you have to take some home.
I'm definitely going to take some home because
I'll take one home.
Yeah.
they were damn good brownies.
Who was it who said, I can resist anything except temptation?
You
It was me just No, it was Lord... oh,
Oscar
God.
Wilde.
It was, Oscar Wilde wrote Lady Windermere's Fan, and it was Lord... What's-his-face in that?
Right.
Oh, God. What's his name?
Windermere.
Lord Darlington.
Lord Darlington.
Yeah. I can resist anything except temptation. But it's always attributed to Oscar Wilde, but it wasn't him who said it. He wrote it.
I mean, you could argue that he did because they're his words when you think about it.
That's what I'm saying. He wrote it, but he didn't say it.
Technically, he did because Lord Darlington doesn't exist.
I mean, can you claim ownership over words?
I don't think you can.
No.
Words in a certain order, yeah, because that's how copyright works.
Again, that's a very valid point. That's a very valid point.
I mean, we all know it was Bain, not the scriptwriter, who said, "You have no fun in the darkness,
That was really good, though. That sounded like Vane.
That was, yeah, that's one of my... Anyway.
Yeah, we're all looking a bit tired, folks.
Stunned silence.
Are we feeling good? Feeling all right?
Yeah.
It's that end of day kind of chill out zone, isn't it?
It is. We have, and as mentioned before, we have had a lot of carbs and a lot of brownies, and it's been a very lovely day.
Narcotic-free brownies, just to be clear.
Just to emphasise. Just to emphasise.
Because I'm saying chill out, it's not that kind of chill out. Unless there's something Amy hasn't told us.
No, I haven't told you anything.
No, you haven't told us anything. That's listening to your words very carefully there.
Yeah. I wouldn't.
No.
I just spout rubbish half the time.
Cool. All right. Well, I think then, folks, to get us a bit of energy going, should we just get back into the game straight away?
Yes.
I think whilst we've still got some semblance of our various sanities, we can still do it.
Whilst we're all in this calm, relaxed mood, now's a good time to kill our characters.
Yes, it is, because it means you won't hate me so much.
No, I will. I'm very attached to Della.
Are you really?
Yeah.
What's your favourite thing about Della so far? In the time you've played her?
I'm not allowed to say because none of you know yet.
I mean, you can tell the players.
Oh no, I'd rather not. If Alwyn doesn't know, I'd rather not know.
Fair enough.
But it would be your backstory then. Yeah, I mean, you can say that generically. Your backstory
Maybe.
is your favourite thing, or aspects of your backstory. I don't know. I'm guessing.
The
I don't
hat.
know. The hat.
Yeah.
It's a very fancy hat.
It is a very fancy hat.
Also, on the subject of Della's backstory. Slight correction for you from last episode. It's Jonah Twinscar, not Turnscar.
Okay.
Not Turnscar.
I can't read my writing half the time, so...
That's all right. I didn't pick up on it until, like, about 5 minutes after we'd had that conversation, and I was like, hang on, that's not the NPC's name. Oh well, too late now, I'll let it go.
Okay.
Twinscar.
Do you know what? We've never done that though. We've never gone round the table and like, what is your favourite aspect of your character? So I think now's a good time.
I was going to say, I think this is as good a time as any. So,
Okay.
we've started with Amy, and her favourite thing about Della is her hat. It is a pretty fabulous hat, let's be honest.
It is wonderful. I've yet to find one in real life that matches.
I mean, my favourite thing about Brother Amos is that he punched a man to death in the balls and rode a shark.
Yeah. Yeah. There's two pretty good achievements.
I'm a simple man with simple pleasures.
All right, then, Neil, what's your favourite thing about Otto you've had so far?
What do I like about Otto? His subtle wit.
His subtle wit.
Yes.
It's so subtle.
And Stu?
Right, for me, I almost went I'll win then. Yes. No, he's... Now I'm going Frankie Howard. Oh no, Matron. He's got a good heart. He's got a good heart. In the face of people taking the piss out of him, he maintains his good heart. He doesn't bow to peer pressure.
He does, to be fair, and I'll be honest, we do bully Owen a little bit, and that's partly my fault because
it's in good fun, and we all know it's in good fun. And someone's got to be the moral compass, because
Well, it can't be us.
look around the table.
Reminds me of the Plague Stone game we played, obviously with you, Stu. Obviously, my character Vo, the little blue lizard folk, was the moral compass of the party, and then he died horrifically.
He did.
And we were like, "Oh shit! So what's the party going to do now?" And it's kind of such a shame that we never got to find out, because I think that was about to go really off the rails.
No.
There's nothing to say. It won't continue at some point.
That's it.
You never know. What about you, Dom? What's your favourite thing about the party as a whole?
My favourite thing about the party as a whole. Please hold, caller.
Yes.
I really like how you've all got each other's backs. Just no questions asked. You're like, yep, these are the people I'm travelling with. I have a responsibility to look after them, even if my motivations are selfish, even if it's because I know that they're looking after me. It could be, because when you think about it, this group of people doesn't really have any solid reason to be travelling together. Like the whole reason, I think it's been mentioned before, the whole reason Brother Amos has ended up with them is because he happened to be riding along the road from somewhere toward Heldron. Just happened to come across these guys, and you've been travelling together ever since. There's never been any kind of unifying cause for you all. And I know that obviously Amos, Olwyn, and Otto are all bound by kind of their promise to the Black Rider, but that's never really. It's never really talked about. Do you know what I mean? They seem like unlikely. It's an unlikely group of heroes who have come together. And even though there's not really any other reason for them to stay together, they've found a way to kind of stay unified, as it were. And I think that's my favourite thing about this party. And obviously I am including Della when I say that, because Della's got even less reason to stick around than the rest of them. So the fact that you haven't killed each other yet is, I think, my favourite thing about the party.
I mean,
Yet.
Alwyn has tried by healing people several times. But that was a long time ago.
It was.
So
He's come a long way.
We've moved past that now.
Owen is starting to become dangerously competent at some things.
She hasn't tried a medicine check for some time, I don't think. Now.
That's it. Oh yeah, because you started using assurance, didn't you?
Yeah.
Did you?
I deliberately did not take assurance.
That's right. I remember that
our
conversation.
social game.
I remember that conversation. Yeah.
That was our social game. No. No, I use lay on hands a lot.
That's it.
That's the difference.
That's it. Because I just because that's a guaranteed win. There's no way to fuck that up.
Yeah. Although if there were,
Olwen would probably find it.
yeah.
There we go.
Interesting. Maybe our listeners can message us and let us know what their favourite thing about the party or any of the characters are.
Yeah, drop us a line on our Discord. It gets awful lonely there sometimes. It'd be nice to hear. It'd be nice to hear from you guys every now and then.
Or on our Facebook, or on our Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or any of the other places that we exist on the internet. Stu knows them all. I haven't got a clue.
Facebook and Twitter.
Do we have Discord?
Find us.
I think we're on Instagram as well, but it might be a little bit neglected.
Well, we don't really take photos of
No.
anything, do we?
No.
We should do while we're here.
Skyping.
We definitely should.
Oh,
I
we're
agree.
taking a photo while we're here. Yes, I have that in mind.
Cool. All right. Well, I think that's enough talking about the game. Should we get back into the game?
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right. So, our adventurers, Olwen Templeton, Brother Amos, Otto von Niederschläger, and Della Thornbury, having made their way through the Howlings district to meet with Digby Rat, a forger and fence contact of Ringir Malenkov. You made your way to Digby's house to find the place was locked up and there was no answer when you knocked. Whilst Ringir distracted a pair of ice trolls from accosting you, the party forced their way inside Digby's house and eventually managed to get away from the eyes of the trolls themselves, but not the law outside the window apparently. I'm just imagining. I'm now imagining like a troll-sized police car just putting up outside. Hello. What's going on here, then? So you made your way into Digby Rat's house. You met the man himself, who you discovered was kind of this short, half dwarven man, half dwarf, half Shuni, who obviously introduced himself as Digby Rat. And got underway with making your forged papers to let you move around a bit more freely. You spent the rest of the night resting there. Your new acquaintance Yoren, who Olwen had freed earlier in the day from slavery, was sent back to his old home, where he gathered some more people who were enslaved there and returned, obviously, so that Ringir could get them out of the city. And as you all slept, Della had a curious, eerie vision of a bank of fog and the silhouette of a humanoid with sort of plate armour and ram's horns curling back across their head, but no way of seeing their features as you did so. Very, very, very eerie. And in fact, Della's not actually talked about this yet, but.
No. I mean, it was just a weird dream.
It was just a weird dream.
Just a weird dream.
Didn't mean anything.
Sure, doesn't mean anything.
Regardless, the party arose the next day, collected their finished papers from Digby, and began to make their way deeper into the heart of the city, where Ringir was taking them to meet with Solvig Airdal, a member of the Heralds of Summer's Return, a cell of. I might have told you this, if not I'm telling you now, a cell of Milani worshippers sort of hidden within the city. However, as you were leaving the Howlings district, you spotted, just on the road ahead of you, sort of forming a small checkpoint of sorts, you saw two darkly robed and hooded figures with bare feet and golden swords, stopping groups of people and asking them for identification. And that is where we bring ourselves back in. So, my question to you is, adventurers, what would you like to do?
Is there another way around?
So with where you are, you've kind of stepped onto this main thoroughfare that connects the Howlings to the rest of Whitethrone, and it was really kind of as you stepped onto this thoroughfare, you saw these two mirror men emerge from the shadows of buildings, and basically there's a group in front of you. Looks to be there's two winter wolves and a small band of what you assume to be their slaves. You see the mirror men stop them, motion for for them to halt, and you see the Winter Wolves start to produce papers to show to show them. You do get the sense that one of these mirror men has seen your group.
See how effective these papers are.
Yeah, so let's just not bring any attention to ourselves.
Yes, let's just put them to the
Mingle
test.
with the
See
crowd.
if we got our money's worth.
Quiet slave.
Oh yeah, if you take up position behind me, Otto,
Yeah.
as you should.
Right. So are you just approaching in that? So kind of Alwyn and Della leading the way.
Don't forget your limp. Have you put a stone in your shoe?
Yes. Brother Amos was like a stone issue.
That's fine. I'm going to assume that you did that before you left Digby's house. It's not a problem. Don't, because that might look a bit odd, you know. By a police checkpoint.
Oh, quick!
Hang on a second, officer.
Yeah.
Just got to put my disguise on.
Yes.
Just a thought: would it be a bit weird to have a slave that wasn't able to walk very well? I mean, it wouldn't be very worthwhile.
I think we
Maybe.
already established that it's more of a caste system.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Slave.
He's old and wise, and he's very good with the
You're
advice.
not as old as you used to look. I don't know what happened there.
I got better.
Yeah, you look really youthful.
But it's not that. No, he doesn't look that youthful.
Well, useful
seen
since
him?
I first met.
Oh, compared, yes,
Yeah.
but yes,
He's de-aged by 10 years.
but he still looks old. I mean, ragged.
If it helps, I feel like absolute shite. Like all the time. My knees don't work properly anymore.
My nose is knackered, my ears are bent. Yes, let's just praise
Look
it.
inconspicuous.
Yeah, so just going to proceed nonchalantly,
Yes,
like you're supposed to be there, I guess.
which we are. We've got the papers to prove it.
Yeah, you have. And kind of as you continue approaching forward, you do see that one of these mirror men kind of standing on the right-hand side that did seem to have taken an interest in your group. As you step forward, you see the group in front of you are producing papers of their own, which are being checked. And as this second mirror man approaches you, you see it puts a hand out, gesturing for you all to stop. And all of you don't hear any sound. However, inside your heads, you hear a cold, almost emotionless voice speaking to all of you simultaneously. Papers, please.
Yes, take out the papers.
Yeah, take out my papers.
Okay.
Hand them over.
Yeah, I'll do so immediately.
Yep. So you all get your papers out. The mirror man will first. It takes papers from you, Alwyn. You see it holds the papers up to its mirrored face. Lowers the papers. Looks at you. Says nothing. Looks at the papers again. Still says nothing. Puts the papers down. Looks at you one more time. How's Alwyn reacting to this?
As blankly as possible. I mean, clearly this is a powerful being with a lot of authority in the city, so he'll just be respectfully waiting,
Okay.
very patiently.
Okay. After a moment, the mirror man rolls your scroll back up, hands it back to you, and you hear the cool, emotionless voice in your head once again. In order.
Thank you.
He takes Della's. Similarly, opens it up, lifts it up to his face. Seems to be reading it. Seems to be scanning it. Pulls it down. Looks at you. Lifts it up again. How's Della reacting to this?
Just not reacting whatsoever, really. Making it look like this is an everyday occurrence. It's just taking a little bit of time.
Sure.
It's fine.
You got places to be. You got stuff to do. You'd
Yeah.
rather get on with it, but you got to put up with it because you know
Yeah.
that's the right thing. Okay. And after a second, the mirror man lowers the papers once more, rolls them up, gives them back to you. In order.
Tip my cap.
takes the papers from Amos and from Otto. Looks at both of them. Seems to look at them for far less time than it was looking at Olwyn's and Della's. Looks at them, and after a moment of kind of it repeats the same motions. It looks at the papers, it looks at you, looks at the papers, looks at you. How are the two of you reacting?
I'm trying to look bored with the whole process.
Okay.
I'm trying to look bored with the whole process.
And similar, just we're going about my business, and I've been stopped.
Yeah.
No, just nothing. Nonchalant.
All right. So yeah, once again, eventually, the Mirror Man rolls up both of your papers, returns them to you, and you hear the cool, emotionless voice. In order. And it steps to one side and motions for you to pass. As you're stepping past, it does put its arm out towards you, Della. Just kind of stopping you as you go to walk past. And you hear in your head, still Yagi. A reminder that public dancing is strictly prohibited on Tuesdays.
Noted.
And it steps away and allows you to continue.
What day is it?
Today it's a Friday.
Okay.
So the back alley boys were okay dancing yesterday.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That's weird.
I'd forgotten about that.
It's fine because it wasn't a Tuesday.
That's it.
Did we all hear that, or was that just?
That was directed just at Della.
Just
Actually, no. Olwyn would have heard that as well.
Okay. Not going to say anything while we're in earshot of.
I think we walk casually past.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, no. It's almost as though your prior discreet actions were enough to not make it suspicious of you. So there we go. Oh yeah, you continue on into you continue past these two mirror men, and you see kind of as you get past them, Ringgear breathes a sigh of relief. I fucking hate those things. They're not nice to deal with. I hate the way they get inside your head.
Yeah, that was weird.
All right, well, come on. Let's get you straight over to the flows. Like I said, I have Solvig to introduce you to, and we will go from there. One thing to note. The place I'm taking you to, it is in a district known as the Flows. Now, slaves are not allowed in the Flows. However, the destination is close enough to the boundary that I think I can slip you in without too much of a problem.
If they're not allowed in, aren't we better off them staying out and maybe keeping watch, keeping guard?
Well, how big are you when you're a snake? Are you like a giant snake, or could
I'm
like
a very,
you...
very big snake. Yes.
Okay, so it's like a
About 4 meters long.
ah right. Okay. Can you turn into something that's small that we can hide you?
Yes, I can turn into a
Microphone.
Yes, I can turn into a frog.
Well,
You can turn
that's
into
one
a
way
what?
of getting you past.
Yes, turn into a microphone.
I mean, if you shouldn't be worried about anyone following us. Solvig, this place we're going to, it's where Solvig is currently running as a kind of hideout of sorts. He will have his own people looking out, and plus it's like I think you all should come down. You should see who you're talking to. As I say, it's not far to go. Once you're inside the shrine of the Everbloom, you will be safe.
Okay, fair enough. Just thinking about not drawing attention to ourselves. But yes, if you think we can get through without Without any problems whatsoever, we'll, yes.
Like I say, there will be a short period, perhaps 100, 200 feet, where you will technically be trespassing, but we should be able... There's usually enough going on that nobody cares to check.
Maybe Della, you can just go a little bit ahead and let us know when it's safest.
I can certainly do that.
All right, I can point out to you to where we need to go, and we can coordinate.
Yeah.
So the things you should be aware of, you will see as we go through the city. Whenever you cross a boundary, it will be demarcated by usually by a signpost. Depending on the color of the signpost, that determines who is allowed to go there. The key things you need to look out for is if you see a post that is painted red, that is for Jadwiga, Stilyagi, for anyone who is not a slave. If you see blue, if you see blue, you are good to go in regardless. If you see red, you cannot enter if you are a slave.
So, looking at this sign here, this is presumably a red sign.
So, where you cross from the Howlings into the next part of the city, this is actually a blue sign. So this next part you're going into, you're okay to be in.
Right.
And Ringier will say that you're entering the Merchant's Quarter.
But if there's a red sign, how do you know that you're not going from what like is it a different colour on the other side, or? Yes.
Right. It would be so. If you were to look at this one would also be, because slaves are allowed in the Howlings and the Merchant Quarter. This stick would be entirely blue. However, you might see some that are half red, half blue.
Right.
Could we just turn them around?
I mean, you could, but that's not going to fly if you get stopped by an officer of the law.
Good point.
No, I think no. As long as we understand, that's good. Thank you.
Oh, the last one you'll need to be aware of. If you see a post that is painted completely white, that means the area beyond is off limits to anybody who is not Jadwiga.
Right. Okay.
All right. Let's get you to see Solvig.
Okay.
So yeah, you are led kind of through this next part of the district, and you quite quickly discover that you are in sort of the bustling trade district of a city. You know, there is an almost immediate change in the atmosphere. You see merchants making their way around the district with wares and wagons and things. You see traders on street corners, sort of selling all sorts of goods and services. You suddenly find yourselves in the hustle and bustle of what is actually quite a major city in the world, and certainly for some of you, this might be the most people you've ever been around in your lives. But kind of as you're being led through the district, you do at one point catch sight of down a particularly major thoroughfare. You can see that the road ends very abruptly in a thick wall of trees, and on kind of the side, kind of your side of the tree line, you can see that there is a cordon of winter guard, sort of a mix of humans and ogres, sort of forming quite a strong blockade from that path. But Ringier leads you away from that direction, and you start winding in a more southerly direction until eventually you come to. You can see that as you kind of proceed towards your next destination, you see that the buildings around you begin to become grander, and you can see that ahead of you there looks to be almost a river of sorts that seems to run through the city like an underground river, and it breaks out onto the surface near this area you're walking towards. You can see that it sort of forms islands of the rock that are connected by sort of bridges and walkways. As the water itself pours down over the cliffside, you can see glittering in the distance the palace that you rode under recently. But yeah, as you kind of approach the edge of this district, Ringgear sort of brings you all to a stop, and he says, "Look over there. You see that large building."
Yes.
So that is a big bathhouse within the city. A lot of the Jadwiga, a lot of the more well-to-do citizens will go there to have steam baths to relax, all that sort of thing.
Are you suggesting anything here, Ringgear?
I don't know what you're talking about. But
Steam bath and some kindness.
Yes.
I mean,
in the dark room.
I mean, it's a big city. You can find all sorts here if that's what you're looking for. But that place, it's known as the Hot House.
That's not making it any better than I'm going to say.
That is where we are going. You are kind of correct, but we are going beneath it. We are going into the Shrine of the Everbloom. But that is where we need to get into. And you see he motions to another one of these posts. This is the point where the boundary blurs. Now look over there at that. You see that fabric shop.
Yep.
There's a fabric shop across the way. On the right-hand side of it, there is a small wooden door that looks like it goes into the shop itself, but it does not. It leads to a set of stairs that take you underground. That is where we are going. The coast looks pretty clear to me right now. I think we should get in there as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Do you think, Della? Yes.
Yeah. I can sneak over first. Make sure there's none of them mirror
do we
men.
just trust Ringgear? He says it's clear now, so do we just go?
I mean, yeah.
You can, and you all look around, and you do see that there are people going about their business, but you don't see any Winter Guard patrols, and you definitely don't see any mirror men in the vicinity.
Okay, you go first, Della.
Okay.
We'll let Ringgear, Otto and Amos go next, and I'll follow up the rear.
Well, don't you want to take your slave with you?
Well, yeah. I mean, you should follow me. I'm assuming you're carrying all my stuff.
I will come with you.
All right.
So Della, you creep across. Well, you don't even need to creep, because you're allowed to be here, so it's not a problem. You make your way across the street, and you do find that this door itself, this door is unlocked. Otto's with you. I see Ringgear sort of waits for you to cross, sort of has a look around once again, and follows you shortly after. And yep, so once he's across, is everybody else following?
Yeah, go on, Amos. I'm right behind you.
Okay.
And the three of you also cross with no incident. You see, you do look around, and kind of just as you're tucking yourselves into this door, you do see what looks to be a patrol of Winter Guard coming around a building nearby. But as they turn the corner, they break off in the opposite direction and start moving away from you. And Ringgear closes the door behind you and begins to lead you underground.
Going deeper underground.
Going deeper underground. That's it. All right. So you make your way down. Down the stone steps here, and as you start to go underground, you do start to feel actually a surprising amount of warmth emanating from deep within. You start to get the sense that perhaps this bathhouse is built on a hot spring or something, or geothermal vent or something. And yeah, you're actually getting quite a lot of warmth as you descend down. And kind of just as you get towards the bottom of these steps, you can see that there is a door ahead of you. And just as you set foot on the bottom step, you hear the tightening of crossbow strings as a number of unseen individuals apparently have noticed your presence. And you hear a voice that calls out from the darkness. Who goes there? And Rengir sort of holds up his hand and calls back to them. The rose which blooms in the rose which blooms in the dying embers of battle. And as Rengir says this, you hear crossbow strings relaxing from their crossbows, and you see that the door ahead of you swings open, and another unseen voice sort of says, "Welcome back, Rengir. Good to see you." And you are led. Rengir sort of motions for you all to follow. You're led into a sort of more vaulted stone chamber, which is quite well lit and also quite warm, obviously from as previously mentioned. And no sooner have you all entered this next chamber, you see that kind of on your left hand side there is what looks to be a fresco or a statue that is. It looks to be a rose that's growing. A single red rose that's kind of growing through a broken blackened ground, and you can see that this rose appears to have been watered with blood. Olwen, you can make a religion check. Actually, anybody can make a religion check if they wish.
I mean, Owen did really succeed about this company in his religion check previously. They were Milani and what have you. Oh,
6.
14.
15.
Okay.
I don't have much religion, but I'll 17.
17. Okay.
The most religion, as it turns out.
There we go. So yeah, I think so. Yeah, because Olwen, you did identify the Heralds of Summer's Return before, didn't you?
Yeah.
I had forgotten that. Thank you for reminding me. Amos and Della Just, you would know that this kind of statue, this fresco that's been emblazoned on the wall, that is the symbol of Milani. Milani is a goddess who is concerned with freedom, with rebellion, with helping the oppressed, all those sorts of things.
Makes good salami as well.
Sounds like a fashion house.
It does, doesn't
Milani.
it?
Sounds Italian.
Milani.
Hey, it's a Milani. Sorry, Darren. Oh, I'm getting glad.
Evils.
All right.
I'd take the piss out of the Italians more than anyone else I know.
Yeah, but you're allowed.
Kind of as you enter this area, you do hear the sound of water running, sort of quite fast flowing water from somewhere ahead of you, and kind of just as you're taking in the space, you can see that there are quite a decent number of people sort of in various alcoves and sort of sat around the outside of this room. You see mostly it appears to be sort of common folk, sort of dressed in just regular clothing, but you do see that there are a number of sort of armoured humanoids whose armour looks very similar to the armour that was worn by the trolls and by the Winter Guard. However, instead of being sort of blues and whites in colour, this is just the more dark grey colour of iron. As you see them just sort of sat against the walls, tending to things in their packs, perhaps wetting swords, that kind of thing. None of them pay you particular mind as you enter. A few people look up and glance at the new arrivals, and then go back to whatever they were doing. But as you sort of enter and you take in this space, you hear a voice calls out from somewhere inside the chapel. Ringgear, you old dog. Good to see you. Was wondering when you'd swing by again. And you sort of look where this is coming from, and you see walking towards you there is a human male with sort of very fair blonde hair, sort of cut quite short, quite vibrant brown eyes, sort of looking out at you. Very, he's completely clean shaven, and he is dressed in looks to be a leather or a studded leather armor that is kind of seems to have been dyed green, and he has at his waist he has a morning star, and kind of slung across his back you can see that there is a wooden shield that is shaped a bit like a bit like a leaf. And Ringgear sees this individual approaching. Solvig, it's good to see you, my friend. It's been some time. Listen, I'm sorry for dropping in unannounced like this, but I've got some people here who I'd like you to meet. And Solvig sort of steps towards you all. Very very tall for a human. You know, he's over 6 feet tall. This chap, and he sort of looks at you all and says, "Really? Well, it's nice to have some more friends in Milani's household. I am Solvig Erdal. I am the leader of this cell of the Heralds of Summer's Return, which I imagine my good friend Ringgear here has already told you a little about. Nice to meet you all."
Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
Is there a Milani greeting that Owen might know? Ready to make that religion check.
Let's have that religion check. 17. There's nothing particular that they would do. You know that because of the nature of Milani's of her areas of concern, her worshippers often tend to be quite secretive. So having like a formal greeting might draw too much attention to them, or out them for who they are.
Yes. Okay. Hello and Milanic blessings. Yes.
Aye. Well, good to meet you, sir. What's your name?
I'm Alwyn.
Alwyn. Nice to meet you.
I'm Brother Amos.
Brother Amos. Strong name. I like it.
I am Otto.
Otto. Okay.
You can call me Della.
I'll call you Della, of course I will, my dear. Right, so, Ringgear here tells me that you've come to see me. What is it that you're looking for? What can I do for you?
Does someone else want to explain?
I can't remember.
I thought Brother Amos was about to then. Go on.
But, well, the thing is, the thing of it is the thing is my brain's not working.
Usual.
Too many carbs today.
We have some items that we need to dispose of in a particular way.
Yes.
Some items, okay. What kind of thing are you talking about? Are you talking hot property? I mean, that sounds like you need more of a fence than you need...
No, we're talking fetishes that we need to
Items need to be destroyed in a specific way.
Yes.
in a specific place.
We're not talking about your fetish. What it is, we're on a mission from God, I suppose. Basically, we're here to save the world by bringing back the Baba Yaga.
You want to bring back Baba Yaga?
Yes.
Interesting. Go on.
As my colleague says, we intend to achieve that by putting these specific items given to us by a person known as the Black Rider, who had another name, which name I've forgotten now. But these items were entrusted to us to put into Baba Yaga's cauldron. And this apparently, we're told, will bring back Baba Yaga and stop Galarian from freezing and everybody dying.
Right, okay, so...
I think I've understood that correctly.
Yes, it would perhaps herald summer's return. I think our missions are aligned.
This cauldron, where is it? Do you know where it is, where you gotta go?
White Throne.
Has Stu legitimately forgotten this?
That's...
I don't know, because I wasn't here for this bit, so...
It's in the travelling hut.
The dancing hut.
Dancing hut. That could be it.
Right. Okay. Now I'm starting to see why you might need my help. You see,
It was a long time ago, and I was very drunk.
All right. So if it's the dancing hut you're looking for, I can tell you where to find it. No problem. The problem for you is going to be getting to it. You see, ever since Elvana, I don't know what she did something to her mother to take her out of the picture. She captured the dancing hut. It's currently on display in the city. However, I do know that something strange has happened since it arrived. Since Elvana chained it in place, almost the entire Merchant's Quarter has been taken over by a massive forest. Winterguard are stopping anyone from getting inside. You may have seen it as you were on your way here.
Right, yes, we saw lots and lots of soldiers and ogres and things, didn't we?
The forest did look a bit out of place.
Barricade, yes.
Yeah, so, this is a little difficult. You know, you say that you're here to release Baba Yaga.
Can I just say, you seem very nonplussed by this. You're taking this all very much in your stride and don't seem shocked or surprised at all.
When you've run an underground resistance in one of the most tyrannical cities in Galarian for the past 30 years, there's not a lot that surprises you anymore.
Oh, it's fair. I thought this was quite an unusual situation, but okay.
Well, certainly some of this is not usual. Like that forest is not usually there. You don't always have daughters of Baba Yaga rising up against her. That doesn't happen. So as I was saying, you seek to release Baba Yaga. I have a slight problem with that, in that the Heralds of Summer's return want to see Baba Yaga gone from Galarian. We want her gone so that Irison can return to its natural beauty as it was before she came along. However, I am willing to concede that Elvana, her daughter, right now is a much more pressing threat. And my thinking here is, perhaps if we help you to release Baba Yaga from whatever Elvana has done, perhaps she'll be willing to talk to us. Perhaps even, I'd rather have an enemy who is grateful than one who is bitter. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, totally, yes. And yes, if we're the people to sort of bring her back, we can definitely point her in your direction. Also, I'll give you another good reason. If Elvana is the one who's trapped her mother, who's overpowered her mother, that means that Elvana is the more powerful one, which means that Baba Yaga would be easier to deal with after the event.
I wouldn't say she's more powerful. I think I would say there's been some kind of trickery or deception gone on. She's more tricksy, yeah. Like Baba Yaga, she's not a god in the same sense as Milani is, but she's a powerful individual. Don't underestimate her, just because she got caught out by Elvana.
Okay. But yeah, well, all right. I mean, you'd expect to deal with a more sort of straightforward person than a tricksy person anyway.
So, I think we are agreed that we need to dispose of Elvana somehow. Do we need to restore Baba Yaga? or anything? Is it?
I think
Do we
it
need
sort
to-
of happens automatically. That's the only way to get rid of Elvana, I think. That's what this Black Rider...
That release of the Baba Yaga will be a consequence of our defeating Elvana, rather than a desired intention.
Does anyone remember his name?
The Black Rider.
Yes.
Let me think. for
Come,
a
Brother
sec.
Amos, you slit his throat.
It has been a while. Would you like me to tell you?
So you got this quest from someone and then you killed him.
Yes, it
It's a
was
little
under
more
his instruction.
Complicated than that.
Okay.
Yes, he said we had to. Black Midnight. That was his name. It was something Midnight.
Sounds like a horse.
Black Midnight is one of the names for the Black Rider. The name he gave you is like his actual name was Ilvarian Matavius.
Elfarian Matavius. Yes, that was it. Yes.
Yeah, so Solvig sort of continues. Either way, if you're serious about taking on Elvana, that means we have a common goal, at the very least. Now, I'm currently in no position. Basically, to get you guys into that forest, you're going to need a distraction, something big enough to stop, basically to pull the Winter Guard away from it. Now, I am working on something. You may have seen that around the shrine, I've got some individuals who look like they should be guards, but they're not wearing the same colours.
Yes, that'd be the Iron Guard.
Aye, I can see you know a little bit about Whitethrone. Yes, so the Iron Guard until recently were Whitethrone's police force. They upheld its laws. They were the tools of the Queen. However, they've been replaced by the Winter Guard. Elvana replaced them with the Winter Guard. There was a very bloody coup not so long ago. A lot of the Iron Guard lost their lives, and from what I understand it, although the Iron Guard uphold Whitethrone's laws, ultimately they're loyal to Baba Yaga rather than Queen Elvana. The Winter Guard, by contrast, are bankrolled entirely by the Queen. So you can kind of see how this displacement happened. It's all happened very quickly. Mostly we're still trying to talk to each other, if I'm completely honest. Now, in terms of getting you inside that forest to find that hut, like I said, I am working on something, but I need a little time to nail down the details. In the meantime, if you want to be helpful to me, and I'd appreciate that because obviously I've just met you, I don't want to be trusting my men, the lives of my men, to a bunch of strangers just yet. I've got a couple of things that you could do for me. Whilst that's going on, we can basically when the time is right, I can organize a distraction, but it's going to take time. I think I'm maybe at least a week away from being able to do anything.
Gosh, that's a long time. Well, yes, what can we do to help expedite that?
Well, as I mentioned, I've got a couple of problems that I'm willing to trust to a group of strangers such as yourselves. I've got lots of problems, but there's two in particular that I could use a little outside help with. The first is a group of... There was a cell of ours which they discovered that they had a mole within their ranks. They were ratted out to the Winter Guard. They killed the mole, but the Winter Guard came down on them hard before they were able to. That cell has now gone missing. I think they've been captured. If you could find them, get those men back, that'd be a great help to me. And the other that I could particularly need some help with is beneath the city itself. There is a place known as the Undercity. Now we've opened a route into the Undercity that allows us to move people toward the outskirts of the city, so we can get them out. and it also allows us to get messages around between ourselves a lot more easily. However, since we opened up that route, we've released something in there, we don't know what, it's killing people. If you could find that and deal with it, that would make my life a lot easier.
There is something in the Undercity that is killing people.
Aye, there is something in the Undercity of Whitethrone. The Undercity, it literally is a city underneath. Not many people know about it. But when Whitethrone was built, when Baba Yaga first took control of the land we now call Irison, she literally built her capital on top of the old capital that was here. Paved the streets with the skulls of their dead. There is nothing about Baba Yaga that is not extra.
I have a question. So when you say Undercity, my mind immediately goes to Drow.
I don't think it's Drow. I've had 2 patrols attack down there. Generally speaking, the only reason we know they get attacked is that they don't come back.
Right.
We have had one survivor through, who just mentioned that there was a lot of. He mentioned that everyone around him was dead before he really knew what was going on. It happened very quickly.
Right. Okay, but no, it's just not that kind of Undercity.
It's not that deep. It literally used to be a city,
right.
And then Baba Yaga put Whitethrone on top of it.
Okay. I think we can deal with those, don't you, everyone?
I think so.
Yeah.
All right. I mean,
things to punch and burn and maybe pick the pockets off.
I'm not going to lie, it's been quite peaceful of late.
Yes, you're getting bored.
It's only been like 2 days since we've had a fight.
That's a long time.
Hasn't it in game time been about half an hour?
Still a long time for Brother Amos. Yes.
all
Right.
right.
I think yes, we can help with that.
All right. So, just so we're clear, I'm choosing to trust you because right now I don't have a whole lot of options. You prove yourself. You prove yourself to me, and I'll be good to you in return. If you need a place to rest, a place to stay, you are welcome to stay in the Shrine of the Everbloom down here. That's not a problem. As I say, it's going to take me some time to put together my plan for getting past that cordon. So if you need time to sort yourselves out, to re-gear yourselves, get your weapons repaired, that kind of thing, you can do it. You're in Whitethrone now.
We can go shopping. We're in a city. Yes, we've got quite a lot of things to sell. Not stolen things, just general knickknacks and stuff.
All right. Well,
So this missing unit of yours, how do we identify them?
well, if you,
Any names?
I can give you a little information. I don't know who exactly was in them. The cells are like I said, the cells are really just trying to talk to each other at the moment. But I can tell you that there are 2 places that they could have been taken to. However, like I said, get yourselves rested, get yourselves settled, take care of any business you need to, and then come back and we'll talk some more. Okay?
Excellent.
I can see you've all had a long journey.
Well, actually, we've just had a lovely rest last night, and then we've just come straight here.
Well, we could do some shopping then. We passed
do
the
some shopping.
merchants' quarters.
We
so
did.
Get that done.
You
as
saw
well.
fabric shop, didn't you? I've got no need for any fabric, though.
No, don't need new clothes.
No, I'm fine.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah. Like I said, I need to get some details together. Go out, explore the city a little bit. I trust you got papers already.
Yes.
And then come back whenever you're ready, and we'll talk details of these jobs. Anyway, it's nice to meet you all. I hope it's gonna be a pleasure working together.
Yes.
Me too.
I hope so.
Let's go kill a creature.
All right, and kind of as Solvig sort of he beams as he turns away from you, and sort of goes back to poring over. Looks to be a table with a map and a number of pins set into it. So he sort of goes back to it and starts working across it all. And kind of as he steps away, you now have the freedom of White Throne at your disposal, and that is where we're going to end for tonight, folks.
Tales from the 20 Side is a Figo Films production in association with Juicy Falls. Music by Nazar Ryback from hooksounds.com, editing by Stu Jackson. Find us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram by searching Tales from the 20 Side or by visiting talesfromthe20side.com.
Thing that is killing people.
Well, we will
I'm
find
curious
it.
about the Undercity.
And,
Kill us.
No.
We're too good for that.
And don't forget, we've got to release this cell as well.
Yeah.
No, find them first.
Got to do a
Well, if he doesn't
jailbreak.
even know who they are, how is he going to expect us to find them?
Can I be completely honest, Amy? That was me running out of stuff.
Okay.